The con of man. Control and manipulation. The con of man. Today we're going to explore the little con of the human, the human, the little person, the little me, that which has bedazzled and confused humanity. Here we go. Namaste, welcome everyone. This is day number 298 of 365, A Life of Bliss 365. One quote every day from the book, A Life of Bliss, the Living Transmission. Channel through this one from our dear non-physical friends and teachers Ananda, here to assist us, humanity, in remembering who we are and why we are here. And it's back at 333. We are for these daily quotes. We've been out on the road for a couple of months, haven't got back on here for a long time. I think for one of the Yeshua sessions we got on here, but we've been out on the road mostly. And so we will get right into the quote. Namaste. Namaste and welcome. So, sorry, that was the thing we were going to share. We were going to test a little integration to see if we can actually start now as we close in on the last over 300 days, where we're going to start to create some interaction for those who would wish. So we've been doing these daily videos for 298 days, and now we've got a little tech tool that we might try. I don't know if it's going to work today, but we're going to try and see if we can bring some people on after we do the quotes for some chat and questions and whatever. I don't know if it's going to work today because our internet speed, don't know if it's going to manage it, but let's see. So firstly, let's get into the quote. You can choose to look at your current circumstances and those of whom you love around you and ask yourself, what do I choose to make this mean? Do I choose to give it the meaning that has been given to me through a distorted lens? Do I choose to give it the meaning that has been given to me through those who would seek to control or manipulate? Do I choose to give it a meaning through the lens of what was carried down through my lineage of incarnational experiences? Or do I choose to expand beyond the limited sense of meanings that were given to me and inherited, and choose to give it the meaning of one that empowers, one that inspires, one that motivates, one that moves, one that sees through current circumstances and sees the opportunity, sees through to the potential, sees the opportunity that every moment brings to evolve, to remember, to become the living embodiment. And so the con of man is this race belief that we are just this human body, this human expression. This is the con. This is the way we've been duped. We've been duped into this myopic view of who we are. And I am this body, and I am this man, I am this woman, I am this life, I am this job, I am this identity, I am this history, I am this her story. This has been the con. We've taken this infinite consciousness, divine beings that we are, and we've been taken our view into this myopic view of this little me This little me with all its personal problems and all its ideas and limitations and lacks. This has been the con of man. And when it says those, when they say those who would seek to control and manipulate, it's an energy of our self. It's not some, there is only one energy. And there is contrasting and polarizing energies in this dimension. And this dimension allows for free will and allows the exploration of consciousness to endless degrees that free will does. And so the only energy is the energy that is, the energy of God, the energy of creation itself. And within this dimension, it's polarized in a way that allows this and that, here and there, you and me, good ones, bad ones, the right, the wrong, the hot, the cold. But the energy that is playing that contrasting role, and it's been very clear in the last 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, it's been clear throughout all of history, but it's become more apparent. That energy that seeks to control and manipulate is the one that believes in the con of man. It believes itself to be separate from its source, and it believes itself to be separate from the parts of source, the parts of the being, the parts of the world. It sees itself as needing to get, and it believes in lack. It needs something, so it needs to take, and it needs to get its share because there is not enough love, not enough money, not enough land, not enough power, not enough attention, whatever it happens to be. And the con of man continues with this control and manipulation, the manipulation of the mind of man, human, into believing that it can be controlled and manipulated, and into believing that there is lacking, and the belief that it needs something. And so what our dear friends and teachers are asking us now, are we going to continue with this con of the human? Are we going to continue being allowed to be controlled and manipulated simply by magic? Literal black magic. It's literally deceiving. It's literally look over here, look over here, look over here while we do this. I got beetroot on my hands. If it looks like kind of crazy, it's a very good dye, beetroot. I've been having beetroot juice in the mornings recently. So just in case you're wondering about that, because I just saw it myself. Oh, that one's really good. So the con of man. Will we, in the quote there is, will we continue this cycle of what was handed down to us from our ancestral lineage, what was handed down to us through our incarnational experiences, what was handed to us as the society as we grew in the race belief? Are we going to continue that con of man and con our children into this race belief and continue this cycle and circle, this vicious circle and vicious cycle of ignorance? Or are we the ones that are here to be the mold breakers, the ones that come here to change, the ones that come to shift, the ones that come to see through the delusion, through the con of man, through the control and manipulation, the manipulation of man, the control of man, the control of humanity? You know deep in your heart, if you're watching this, it's a very good chance that you know that you're here to break that mold, to break your incarnational karmic ties and the cycle of birth and rebirth and the patterns and the continuing patterns and what your parents went through and your great-grandparents and all of those back in your lineage went through. You know you're here to break that cycle. Yet the world is set up, this con of man is strong. It's set up so strongly to call you back into this con, into the ruse, into the magic. It's so, I was going to say elusive again. We said on the video the other day, there's this word that is elusive. The word is elusive, and it's not the word elusive. It is alluring. This con of man is so alluring. Get this, this, and this, and you'll be happy. Get this relationship, get this money, get this job, get this ascension, get this thing, achieve this thing, become that. You're the special one, you're the chosen one. It's all throughout spirituality. It's all throughout. The con is in everything. When there's a desire, there's suffering. When there's a need or a want, even ascension, even awakening, even enlightenment, even serving, wanting to get, wanting to change something, wanting to change the world. It's all subtly there, the con of man. Oh dear. Hopefully the internet is still working, because the little internet box just fell completely off. Just one moment. That was a little bit too passionate. I shall not tone it down. Okay, it should be working okay. Seems like we're still on. Let's see. We still got things going. Okay, so are you going to continue the cycle of the con of man, of control, of manipulation, of that which has carried on through your incarnations, carried on through all of the patterns and cycles and we are in a cycle coming back. I'm sure many of you are feeling, you're seeing old things coming up again and cycling around again, and people that were out of your life coming back into your life, and things happening that you thought you dealt with and coming back again, and cycles repeating in the world, maybe under different guises, maybe with a slightly different tinge or a slightly different tone or flavor, but the same theme playing out. This is the con of man cycling back, and we are here to cycle out of that into a new sphere of being, a new sphere of potential, a new sphere of becoming, a new remembering that we're not bound by the physical laws, we're not bound by the laws of karma, bound by the laws of what has gone before, bound by the laws of what is possible. We're not bound at all. We're not bound by anything. We are that which is boundless. We are the source of life. We are that which cannot be conned, that cannot be tricked, unless we so choose to allow ourselves to be. So the invitation here today is to ask the question. What was the question? When we look at our current circumstances and look at the current circumstances of those around you who you love, what do I choose to make this mean? Are you going to choose to make it mean what we've been told, what our ancestors did, what your parents did, what your society is still doing? Or are you going to choose to give it a meaning, a new meaning, one that inspires, one that empowers, one that motivates, one that moves, and one that sees through current circumstances and sees the opportunity and sees through to the potential and sees the opportunity that every moment brings to evolve, to remember, and most importantly, I feel at the end, to become the living embodiment. The living embodiment of who you are. Most of this life, I was a pale shadow of who I am. A fraction of a shadow, a distorted lens. And frankly, most humans, we don't even begin to scratch the surface of who we are. And even if you've been on this journey for a while, we're still only scratching the surface because we are infinite and eternal. And when we think we've got something, or achieved something, or we've got somewhere, whenever we expand into these spheres of non-physical beings and these expanded states of awareness, we see that it is so limited here and beautiful, but it is so limited as to what we allow ourselves to see and be and feel that we haven't even begun. We literally haven't even begun. We haven't even started. We haven't even got to ground zero. Ground zero would be like the mastery of our mind, the mastery of our environment, the mastery of remembering, choosing our thoughts consciously instead of just being bombarded by a continuous flow of gibberish, rubbish, junk. The mastery of our body and our environment. Not mastery over, mastery of, mastery of self. We haven't even begun. This one hasn't even begun. I've seen into other spaces and places and potentials. And that's how I can say I know I haven't begun. I haven't even begun. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface. And that's an exciting thing. Sometimes it's a frustrating thing, depending on how the vibration is. But to know that there is so much more of us and that we haven't even tapped into, not by not 1% of it. Isn't that amazing to think and feel and to know? And it all comes down to a choice. Do we choose to continue the cycle of fear, the cycle of limitation, the cycle of lack, the cycle of just good enough, the cycle of mediocrity, the cycle of this is all I'm doing and that's it. This is all I can do. Or do we choose to make a new choice? Do we choose to choose again? Do we choose to question the unquestioned assumptions? Do we choose to become even a fraction of that which we truly are? And it is just a decision. There's nothing to earn or learn. You don't have to ascend to another dimension. You are already all dimensions, everywhere, everywhere, and every how, every now. Already, here, now, here. You're nowhere and everywhere simultaneously. And the gift of this human incarnation that souls are queuing up for is the potential that this offers, because of the depths and the breadth of the polarities, the incredible opportunity of soul evolution that is here in this dream is unparalleled. Yet if we choose, I can hear our little neighbour wild pig literally sleeping beside our tiny house now. And such an evolved being that one is too. We digress. Souls queuing up for the opportunity that you have got literally now. If you're watching this video, you have it. You already have it. You got it. You got the gold. You won the cosmic lottery. You got here. Admittedly, it doesn't always seem that way. Admittedly, when we look through the eyes of the ego, it doesn't always feel that way. For this one, and I'm sure for you. And from the expanded viewpoint, from the greater self that we all are, when we see the gift that this is, the con of man will become just that, a silly little magic trick that misdirected us for a little fraction of time. And when we see the timelessness, it means nothing. Even the fraction means nothing. Yet our current experience and where we're choosing to look and how we're choosing to look is a very real experience. Illusory and absolute, but real in emotion, real in feeling, real in feeling those expressions that humanity is moving through now. And if you're sensitive and you're watching this video, it's impossible for you not to be sensitive. You can feel that deep energies of transformation, of change, of upheaval, of chaos coming into order. You're invited, we are invited to make a new choice. So ask yourself, are you willing and wishing to continue the cycles, or are you going to choose to make a new choice and give meaning to life, a new meaning to life? This is the contemplation for day number 298. And as always, we are invited to drop everything. Drop every word for the 19 minutes and 24 seconds. Drop all the images, all the ideas, all the contemplation. We drop everything. Allow ourselves to drop the idea of past or future, even the idea of present. Drop the idea of who you believe yourself to be, who you believe others to be, or what you believe the world is. Drop the music. Drop the visuals. Drop the person. As we move into a short sacred silence and allow what is to be what is as what is. So thank you for joining this daily journey with us. It's good to be here with you in this virtual reality we call now. If you're watching on replay, let us know you are a cosmic time traveler in the comments. If you are watching live, drop in a comment, let us know where you're joining from, and if this is touching you and how the silence touches you and how the con of man, and if you're going to make a new choice. And put in the comments if you'd like to join us on Zoom. I'm going to have to work out a way to get the internet speed quick enough, because we're out in the forest here and it's working okay for this stream, I believe, but I think with Zoom it just went over the current bandwidth, which I am okay with because we can sleep and play in this and still have our connectivity. So if you're getting value from these transmissions, I invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let us know if this is touching you. Leave a comment there below, and if you know of beings who have eyes to see and ears to hear and hearts to feel, share it with them. And until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are. Oh, all the codes come from the book Life of a Slow Transmission. Bye-bye. Haven't been doing this for a while. Come on, you can do it. There we go.